Hi friends, it's Ganel-Lyn with thoughts on the Book of Mormon, and I am here with my reading glasses on because my eyes are tired. I don't know what that accent's about, but you know, that's what you're getting tonight. So we're talking about 2 Nephi 2 through 3. And once again, I am not the scriptorian of YouTube or IGTV. I am a studier and seeker of the scriptures, and I value sharing some insights that may trigger a revelatory experience for you. That's always my why. So thank you for all of you that have messaged and said to keep these videos coming. So I hopefully will get through all of the Book of Mormon because I started last October and didn't start the videos at the beginning of the Book of Mormon when I started reading the Book of Mormon for the President Nelson Challenge. So the Spirit didn't prompt me until I was like halfway through the Book of Mormon. And then the Spirit was like, you need to do these videos. And so if you go back on my YouTube channel, the first few videos were really short because I was trying to get them on Instagram, on Insta stories. And then they changed everything, and now I've been using IGTV, so we'll see. Those earlier videos, not the same as what you're getting now, because you get a few more minutes. And I'm going to just dive right in now. Enough about all of that. You guys already know, right? But some of you are new, because some of you, your friends have told you about me or something, and that's how we found each other. So I also do a Come Follow Me playlist on my YouTube channel and on IGTV. So don't get those confused. I'm doing both. So I try to get my reading for Come Follow Me done early in the week, and I usually upload a Book of Mormon video the beginning of the week. And then towards the middle end of the week, before you meet on Sunday with your families or at church, I bring you a Come Follow Me personal study video. So that's why you're seeing both from me. Okay. Chapter 2 of 2 Nephi. This is Lehi. The next few chapters are his goodbye. They are his final patriarch, father's blessing, father's counsel, experience with his boys and his girls probably. We just don't have that record. Lehi is sad. He's starting to talk to Jacob, who was born at a difficult time and had intense struggles with, you know, Laman and Lemuel. I don't know what kind of mood I am in tonight, but this is what you're getting. Sorry. You know what I love is that I had an impression as I was reading this. I've read 2 Nephi 2 a million times. And I had the thought, you know, as he goes on in chapter 3 to talk to Joseph about his struggles and his sorrows, his intense sorrows. But in this chapter 2, I had the impression, how do you talk to your kids about regrets? I know, you know, for those of you that are familiar with me and my family, we have a son that just came home from a mission. He served in Zimbabwe for 2 years, came home in December. And I know before he left, and even when he came home, as he prepared to move out and start college, kind of be a baby adult, I remember feeling like we've had a few conversations where I want to own some of my regrets, but I also know some of the regrets were out of my control. You know, and Lehi had some regrets, but they weren't all in his control. He couldn't control, even though I'm sure he wanted to, Laman and Lemuel's behavior. He also was trying to live his mission. And I know for me, as I try to live this mission of writing and speaking and sharing messages of faith and hope, that sometimes my family has to sacrifice. And so I wonder if Lehi was feeling that kind of regret of, I know I asked a lot of you guys, you know, to go live out in the wilderness and then get on this boat, come to the promised land. So just a pondering, a wondering of, was this just about how hard things had been, or did he have regrets as a dad that he was really trying to kind of own before he passed on? And I think it's good to say to our kids, I'm sorry I made mistakes. Okay, and then he goes through how each child has a birth order here, right? But that doesn't mean that's the order in which they get the birth right. Because if you're not being obedient to the birthright, and we see this in the Old Testament as well, you lose that. I love chapter 2 because it talks a lot about this like oppositional law, right? And the opposite of of these enticements and this adversity is joy. I have a new book coming out in a few weeks, 1st of April, called I Can Choose Joy with God. It's the third in the With God series, and I was just doing some promo videos today for it. And I was talking about this principle that joy is the opposite side of the coin of sorrow and adversity and opposition. And we don't know joy until we know this opposition. And in the Garden of Eden, this is really discussed, that it's the driving out of the garden, that they had to know misery to know joy and to choose the good part. And from all the words of the prophets, we keep being taught this principle. Okay, chapter 3, Joseph, he's talking to Joseph, and there are, let me count, 4 Josephs referenced in this chapter. Joseph of Egypt, and literally Lehi is quoting the prophecies of Joseph of Egypt because, as I've shared with you before, the brass plates, or the plates of brass, are like our Book of Mormon is to us. They were to the Lehi tribe. So Lehi is quoting Joseph of Egypt. Then Joseph, his son, is the second Joseph. And then Joseph Smith is referenced here. And then Joseph Smith's father. I love this chapter. And he says, Joseph was born in the wilderness experience. His greatest sorrows, I am certain, had to do with the affliction of having children walk away from the faith. And not just walk away from the faith, but want to kill their father at various times and their brother, Nephi. I don't think there could be a greater sorrow. And he says that the land has been consecrated for his sake. Lehi is from the house of Joseph, and he and his descendants inherit the Americas. So if you want to go back to all the tribes and all their lands of inheritance, the Americas are the land of the inheritance for the tribe of Joseph. And then Joseph of Egypt sees Lehi's day. And so he had already prophesied about this promised land and how it was in the vision of this, the hope coming out of the darkness and out of captivity. He also, Joseph of Egypt, saw Moses, who was still to come. And Moses is of a totally different tribe, the tribe of Levi. So very interesting here how these various tribes are given their lands of promise. Not just one promised land, but their lands of promise. Then I love this prophecy about Joseph Smith and how he was ordained to bring the knowledge of the covenants. It's really important to note that Joseph Smith's big why was to restore covenants, temple ordinances, priesthood power. And these ordinances, covenants, and priesthood power allow us to approach God and become like him. Okay? And so when we talk about Joseph Smith like a Moses coming into the world, he, like Moses, who was leading the children of Israel out of captivity, Joseph Smith was instrumental in restoring covenants and priesthood power, ordinances that allow us to come out of bondage ourselves. Don't you love that? And then this chapter ends with this Bible plus the Book of Mormon and how that resolves the confounding doctrine, the stuff that is lost, and how we are able to use both the Book of Mormon and the Bible. And as they come together, words like covenants and the understanding of God and Jesus appearing to the people in the Americas, all of that are those missing pieces that allow the Book of Mormon to come alive. And so this is Lehi saying to his older kids, you're going to lose this birthright because of your wickedness, and it will go to your brothers that are righteous. And we know that they don't always stay steadfast in the future, but this is a father's blessing and gift and counsel before he passes on. I hope you've gained something from this message today. I hope you share it with your friends and family that are also reading the Book of Mormon along with the Come Follow Me. Thank you for joining me here on IGTV or on my YouTube channel. And I hope you'll follow me and communicate with me and share with me any of the questions that you have or insights that you have. I love hearing about your insights from these messages and videos that I upload and share with you. So I'll see you in a few days.